started. Riley's going to school. I'm just going to do a little bit of food prepping for now until we have to leave for dialysis. Um, I bought this big bag of popcorn at the dollar store. I think it was $3. I can't really find the price, but I'm pretty sure it was $3. And it tastes just like the stuff that you get from the movie theater. So, um, I got my little heart bags over here that I bought yesterday. I'm going to fill as many as I can, not fill them, but just enough so that it's like a little snack. And then he'll have some popcorn that I can throw into his lunch or snack or, whatever. So I will be back and I'll let you know how many snack bags that I get out of it. Alright, I ended up with 27 little snack bags. Basically, I use my cup, and most of them have a cup of popcorn in them. Some of them have a little bit more as I was towards the end, but they're scattered all over the place. I'm gonna bag them up and put them in his snack bucket. I'll just probably put them in a grocery bag because the snack bucket is pretty well full. So I don't think I'll be getting those in there, but I'm gonna just, like I said, put them in a grocery bag. I'm gonna do up the math, and I'll divide $3 by 27 bags, and I'll come back with a total. So they're roughly 11 cents a bag. So I don't think that's too bad for a snack. 11 cents that they break down roughly to be, and it's probably even less than that because I was munching out on some popcorn as I was making them, and I probably ate about a snack one. So I don't know, probably maybe 8 cents snack. I think that's a pretty darn good deal if you ask me. So that's one of the ways you can save money. If your kids like popcorn and stuff like that, you can buy a great big bag of popcorn for $3 at the dollar store, already popped, ready to go, and you just bag them up, and I can just pull that out, and whenever I need them, or he doesn't always have to be for school. If he wants a snack, after school snack, or on the weekend or something, I can just give him a little bag of popcorn and tell him to bring back the little baggies, and I can just reuse them for something else. Alrighty, on to something else now. Plus, we gotta get ready and go to dialysis in about 2.5 hours. So a little less than that because I have to go and return. I bought him some snow pants yesterday, and of course they don't fit. Um, they fit length and wise and stuff, but he's got a hard time to button them up, and there's no sense having them skin tight because when he moves, the button's gonna pop. So that's our plans for today. Okay, the next thing that I'm gonna be working on is the veggie tray. You guys saw yesterday I bought this cauliflower on discount. I'm just going to cut some of that black stuff off there and put them into like smaller florets and put them in there. I'm going to stock back up on the carrots. I'm just going to throw some of these baby carrots in. There's a couple tomatoes, but they're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of soft. I might keep them, and I had bought a tomato yesterday, and Jay went and opened the microwave and squished it on me, so I might use that, and if I can maybe make a spaghetti sauce. I'll see. I know that I have to use up those peppers. I've got these peppers right here. Those have to be used up. I might use this because this one's cracked, but it's still in good shape. I might cut some of it up for the veggie tray, but I don't like cutting those types of vegetables up like peppers or cucumbers or things like that, unless, like we were going to a party or something and it was going to be eaten up fairly quickly. It's not something I like to cut up and put in here because they juice and then they get soggy and no more good. So, yeah. So I'm going to stock back up. I got some more celery over here I'm going to chop up to add to that. And I don't know. I'll have the cauliflower will go in here. And then this was the dip that I got, so that fits right in there, and I can put the top on, and whenever we want vegetables, we just gotta pull out the tray. Alright, I'm gonna go work on this. So that's what it looks like. Keeps falling out of there. Did some celery, some cauliflower, the baby carrots, and then I said I wasn't going to, but I did anyways. I just cut up a couple green peppers. It was just, I cut this, like, just a chunk off of that, and I stuck it in there with my tomatoes and then my ranch dressing. That is like the best. Lighthouse is the best ranch I have ever tasted, hands down. So that is the veggie tray all prepped. I'm going to go put that away and move on to something different. So now I'm going to start prepping and making spaghetti sauce. I'm going to use up some of these older peppers that were wrinkly, starting to get soft, and then there was that half a one that I got yesterday. This was the red one that come with it, so I'll put that in. I'm going to take the sticker off, wash everything up. That busted tomato is going to go in. I got 2 onions and some carrots, and then I have some canned, my home canned tomatoes. If you guys watched one of the videos from this summer or the fall, there was a man, he had a bunch of tomatoes out by the roadside that he was giving away, and I picked them up and I canned a bunch of them, so I'm going to put that in, and I have a can of tomato juice. I don't know if I'll add the whole can or not, but I'm going to wash those vegetables up and get them ready. And then I'm going to use my turkey roaster to cook it all in, and then later on I have my little kitchen gadget. I'm going to, because I don't like a thick sauce, I'm just going to grind everything all together and call it a day. And then whenever it's cooled down, I'm probably going to put them in bags and freeze them in some bags. So it's 11 now. I'll see how long it takes me to do this. So I'll be back. Another thing that I'm going to put into the spaghetti sauce are some of these green onions that we got growing. I'll cut them down. I'm going to rinse the roots. I'm going to put them in some fresh water. And I'll probably gather them all up into one container. I'll cut these dry pieces off so that those are gone. But I'll just give it a cut down here and take the elastics off and then start them fresh again in some new water. Alright, so I just got all the vegetables prepped. It is 11:48. I kind of stopped for a little break and had a quick bite to eat and all that stuff. But I got my vegetables cut up. Now, I'm not worried about the size of them right now because, like I said, I'm going to take that thing and blend everything together. And that's kind of like one of the good things about not liking a chunky sauce is that you don't have to put that much work into the prepping because it's all going to get blended together anyway. So I usually just kind of quickly chop everything. We got some onions over here. I got red peppers. I got a couple of the green onions. I got carrots. I got tomatoes. I got cauliflower. And I got green peppers. And right here is a little bit of, I had made some homemade garlic butter the other day. And I just used up the rest of that just to get it out of the fridge. So I'm probably going to add my cans of tomato. And I just opened the tomato juice here. So I'll probably dump that in there and let that kind of just all simmer together on low for most of the day. I'll see if I need any more vegetables. I'm thinking of possibly putting another onion in. I'm not sure. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top just to kind of take down the acidity in it. So it's not so just, I don't know, because we get bad heartburn with everything we eat. So kind of cuts down on that a little bit. And that's all the vegetables that I can think of right now to put in. I might take those little tomatoes out of my veggie tray and throw them in here too, depending on how soft they really are. And then later on, I'm going to add my spices once this starts to soften up and all that. I'm probably going to add some basil, some salt, some pepper, parsley, oregano, you know, those types of sauces. So I will be back whenever I get this all going and it's simmering and everything's kind of just dancing together. So the juice is added and my cans of tomatoes are added. Actually, I only ended up adding one. I'm going to go see if I can dig out another one I've been having issues with the cans this year. I don't know if it's because of all these pressure systems coming in, but because we're more elevated than most people, because we live way up here on the mountain. Um, a couple of my jars were like popping in my pantry, and I just didn't notice exactly. I check every can before when I open it, but one of them had a little bit of mold on it, and the other one was perfectly fine. So obviously I had to chuck the one that had a little bit of mold, and I hate wasting anything, but I'm not going to feed that to anybody and make them get sick. So yeah, so that is my spaghetti sauce for now. It's going to bubble down, everything's going to simmer together. I want to add a couple spices to it and see what kind of other, if I have tomato. I don't like adding stuff from the can, I really don't. I really prefer to have, the only thing that I usually use for my spaghetti sauces is ragu, or like that type of stuff, but the only thing I had here was the tomato juice, so I put that in, and see, it's not bad. I find I taste the can, probably because I have so many fillings in my mouth, but things that come from cans I can usually taste like the can, and it's gross, but this is alright. So I'll cook this down, and I'm going to go for a bath in a little bit. It's 12 right now. I got some meat that I'm going to prep, and then after I'm just going to go relax in the tub for a little bit. So now on to the meat. I also found some mushrooms in the fridge, and I chopped some up and put that in there. And I added some spices. I'm just going to let this all cook down together, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm going to blend it all together. So this is simmering away. I'm going to leave it for a little bit, and I'm going to work on my meat. So I'm going to separate the chicken. I'll probably put one breast per bag for that. The bologna I'm going to cut probably in half, and I don't know, maybe I'll cut it into slices. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And then I got this great big boneless pork loin that I will probably cut into 3 pieces. One I might make some pork chops with it, and keep 2 for roasting. Again, I'm not sure, but I'll decide as I'm doing it. But so I got chicken bologna and a pork loin that I'm gonna go deal with, and I'll come back and show you when I'm all done bagging it up. Okay, I added a pitcher, and that was the chicken. I ended up with the 5 chicken breasts in a bag. I cut my bologna, so I got 3 bags here. I just cut them thin, all different sizes. One will go in the freezer, one can stay in the fridge. And then I just cubed this up because one night we're probably just going to have like mashed potatoes and kind of like a bologna hash type of thing. So the bologna will be all ready to just cook up, and yeah, so I got 3 things of bologna for the price of 1. So I just finished up cutting up the pork loin. I got 2 nice sized little roasts that'll be perfect for us. I got 2 of those, and then I got 2 batches of already cut pork strips, so that if we want to have a stir fry or something of the sort. Now it doesn't look all that big for most families, but I'm not a big meat eater, and yeah, so it's good enough for us. So I'm gonna bag those up, so we'll have kind of like 4 meals from 1 pork loin. So yeah, it's about $2 each. I can't remember, it was $8.28 for the pork loin. So divide that into 4, and it's just over $2 for each serving, each meal. So I think that's pretty darn good, because you ain't gonna get a roast like that for $2 in the store. Alright, I'm gonna go get that bagged up, and then it's time to grind this stuff up. And this is my kitchen mixer thing that I use. It's a hand blender. So, and it works awesome. So I'll show you guys that whenever I get this put away. Alright, so it is a little after 1, and this is good enough for me. All the veggies are nice and tender. So now I'm going to take my blender. Probably not going to do this the whole time because it tends to spit up, so. And you just keep going like that. So I like to tilt the pan and all that so that the liquid covers, because if you see the little holes in that thing there, it spits up and it just burns like crazy. So I'm gonna go get this all blended up, and it should look like this when it's done with no chunks. And yes, it is a meatless spaghetti sauce. I didn't have any hamburger. I didn't pick any up yesterday, but that is all right. It's jam-packed with vegetables, and it's gonna be good for you. So I'm gonna turn it off so that it stops spitting and get that blended, and I'll be back. So there you go. It's all blended. No chunks. Just added a little bit more pepper and parsley and a little bit more basil. I wish I had some oregano though. But I don't. And I added some garlic powder. I had fresh garlic. I should have added that, but it's too late now. So I'm just going to go. I shut the stove off. I'm going to let this cool down and bag it up later on, and I'll label the bags and add it to my freezer with the rest of the spaghetti sauces. And now I don't have to worry about those peppers going bad. That is how I make my spaghetti sauce. And if like Riley or Jay want it chunkier later on, they can easily fry up some hamburger and just add it into theirs. But this is a vegan, vegetarian, meatless spaghetti sauce, jam-packed with vegetables, and it's good. So, alright, now on to something else. So I think I'm all done prepping for today, food-wise. I just got my spaghetti sauce over there cooling down. It's already around 30, and I don't know what to make for supper, guys. Give me some hints below. I'm gonna try to get this video uploaded. It's Friday, so I'm just gonna try to, after I film this, get it put up before supper time. So if you guys got some ideas what I could make for supper, leave them in the comments below. But my next task is to deal with this the freezer on top of my fridge, and it is just kind of like a drop-off zone. I gotta go through that. I've got some broths that have to go into my deep freezers. I just got all kinds of stuff kicking around. So there's that bologna. I'm gonna try to get all that stuff, all the meat, bagged up into individual grocery bags and put that into my deep freeze, so that whenever I need it, I can pull that out. And I really only want to keep things that we're using kind of like not necessarily on a daily basis, but more often, like these hash browns, for instance. You know, I'm not going to put those in the deep freezer. I did pick up a pack the other day, and those are in the deep freeze, but until then, these stay in there. And then I have like extra packs of meat, sandwich meat and stuff like that. There's a couple of these, I don't even want to pull them